Hey y'all, it's me, Key. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button because we're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. So I'm trying to reach my goal to 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year. So hopefully I can reach that goal. So as y'all can see by the title of the video, I'm back with another story time. So we are on part 2 of I jumped through his window. He was laid up with somebody else or something like of the story. I don't know. I kind of forgot what I titled the story. So part 2 of the story time is just basically me telling y'all everything from the very beginning. Like, I'm going to tell y'all how we got to this point. Well, to that point in the last story time. So, how we met Wanda, how Lame ended up with somebody else. We just going to talk about that. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Before we get into the story time, let me just say this real quick. I did post a poll and I asked y'all if y'all wanted me to do a Q&A so y'all can get to know me a little better. I'm thinking about doing a Q&A, so if you want to send me questions, send them to my email. I'm going to put my email in the description. If you want to, you don't have to. If I get enough questions, I'll do the Q&A. If not, whatever. But yeah. And if you do send me questions, don't be a troll. Ask me some real questions. Like, do not be a troll, okay? I ain't got time for it. But okay, so let's get into the story time. We're gonna start off on the part where I ended things with Lame. I was pregnant with our second baby and I was just completely over Lame. I was done with him. He was still on BS, y'all. He wasn't trying to do nothing with himself. Like, he'll get a job for a week and then quit. I remember telling him about the job because I had actually got hired for the job, but I ended up not going, but my sister did. And she worked there too, and she told me that she liked the job. She always got free brownies, like it always smelled good. It was just a good, fun environment to work in. So I ended up getting him a job at Fairy Tale Brownies, and he only stayed there a week. I thought the job would be something that he would like doing because you get free brownies, you know. And plus, he's a people person. You're going to be around a lot of people that you can talk their ear off. This man could talk, y'all. So he was going to be around a lot of people he could talk their ear off all day. Like, he loved to talk. That's his thing. He's very outgoing, and he would be able to meet a lot of people. So I'm like, this is perfect for them. So he got the job. He only worked there a week. And y'all, let me tell you the reason why he quit. And I was just fed up after this. He worked nights and I was getting ready to take him to work. And he tells me, oh, I don't need you to get me right. I'm like, well, how are you going to get to work? He tells me, I'm going to go over to my sister's house and her baby daddy going to give me a ride. I'm thinking to myself, this man is on BS because when do they ever do anything for you? So I'm like, yeah, he on some BS. I already know he's trying to quit this job. So I was just like, whatever, go ahead and go to your sister's house and let me know how that go. So he went to his sister's house. He came back to my house hours later when he was supposed to be at work. I'm thinking he was at work the whole time. I'm like, maybe he actually went to work, you know? No, he comes back to my house hours later. And I'm like, what happened? He goes, well, they just started tripping. He could not think of a good lie because whatever he told me, it was just BS. Like, they tripping. I couldn't get a ride. It just, whatever he told me just didn't make any sense. I don't really remember what he said, but what he said made no sense at all. So I'm like, whatever. So let me tell y'all why this boy decided to up and quit his job. So he tells me that he quit because he went to work talking about if he could, he would vote for Trump. And y'all, I don't get into none of that political stuff. I don't even vote. So I mind my business when it comes to that. The job is about 90% Hispanic people. So he proceeds to tell me that, yeah, so when I came to work the next day, they was just talking to me. They didn't like me no more, you know, so I didn't really have no friends at work. You a dumbass. First of all, you can't even vote. So what are you talking about? Why would you even go to that job saying that, knowing that they was going to be on your ass? I'm like, it's a free country. You can say what you want, but you knew that was going to happen. Why? You had an easy job baking brownies, but you wouldn't mess it up. You should have just went to work and kept your mouth shut and came home with a paycheck. But you just out to make friends. Shut the fuck up sometime. So what he did was, like, usually Lame, he would go over to his dad's house. Every time he go to his dad's house, I know that he would be on BS. Like, you just literally doing nothing over there. You're doing nothing. You're being a bum. Like, you can be at work. You know, we could be stacking and getting stuff for this baby that's on the way. You're just literally doing nothing. I was tired of that. So one night he called me at like 10, 11 o'clock at night. And he was telling me, I need a ride. There's some stuff going on over here. He was at his dad's house. It's some stuff going on. I need you to come pick me up. And I'm like, I'm not picking you up because look, y'all, I did not drive at night back then. Like, I didn't have any glasses. So why would I risk me and my kid's life to go drive way across town to pick you up because you're being stupid? No. And at the same time, you're not even going to put any gas in my car. I wasn't even working at the time, so I really didn't have enough gas to even drive all the way across town to pick him up and take him back to my house. The little bit of gas I did have, I needed that for appointments. I needed that to go grocery shopping. I needed my gas. Okay, I didn't need to waste gas on picking him up. Okay, he could have walked to my house. I just wasn't finna do it. And Lane wasn't used to me not dropping everything and picking him up whenever he needed me to, because that's the thing about me. Whenever Lane called me and he needed me, I was there. I feel like if I did not drop everything and pick him up when he wanted me to, I feel like something bad was going to happen. I feel like he could have got hurt. I feel like he could have went to jail. I just feel like anything could have happened just because of the type of person that he is. But on that night, I stood on business because I was tired of him. I ended up not picking him up. I told him I didn't have the gas, and plus, like, it's late at night. He already knew I didn't drive at night. If anything, he could call his sister baby daddy to pick him up because I wasn't doing it. He was like, oh, okay, well, yeah, I'll just ask cuz to pick me up and take me to your house. I'm like, okay, yeah, you do that. Me and my baby in the bed. Click. So after that, I did not hear from Lane for like 2 days, y'all. He didn't call me, check up on me or nothing. So I'm like, okay, this is what we doing. I mean, it's not out of the norm for him not to call and check up on me, but I'm like, okay, this is what we doing. If you want to be like that, I will too. I got to show you that I'm serious. Like, I got to show you that I'm not playing. I mean business. Like, I have 2 kids to take care of now. So all this chasing behind you is done. So after that, after about 2 days, he had hit me up and he texted me. He was just like, what you doing? I didn't respond. He texted me again, probably like a few hours later, and I didn't respond. He started calling my phone because this is not like me. He wasn't used to Key not answering her phone or texting him back, so he was kind of puzzled, you know? So I went the whole day without answering my phone or texting Lane back. And then he hit me up the next morning, and I still didn't respond. He had hit me up for like a good few days before his mama called. This is my thing, y'all. Instead of him just coming back to the house to see if I was good, to see if me and his kids were good, he just texted and called me. And then when I didn't respond, he just called his mama and told her, hey, Key's not answering the phone for me. Can you call her for me? Why not just come to the house? You make your way anywhere else that you want to be at, but you couldn't make your way to my house to check on us? Crazy, right? So his regular mammy called me and was like, hey, Key, I just heard from Lane. He's saying that he hasn't heard from you in a while. He just wanted me to check up on you. I'm like, your son know what he did, and I ain't messing with him right now. So, and that was that. Like, there was nothing else that I needed to say because it wasn't her business. Why are you texting my phone? Why are you calling my phone about your son? You know your son ain't, but with her son could do no wrong. He could drag me down the stairs and kick me in my head, and she still find an excuse as to why he did that and justify it, you know? So I'm not saying that he ever put his hands on me because he didn't. So I did not talk to or see Lane for almost 2 months, y'all, until I got a Facebook message from somebody early in the morning. By this time, I had got a job at a call center. I'm working, trying to stack my money up before my baby comes because I'm kind of running out of time. I could have been doing this, but I'm trying to let Lane step up and do something. So I'm telling myself, yeah, I need to get stuff in order before the new baby comes, and because after the baby comes, I know I'm not going to want to do anything. I want to make sure I have money saved up. So I started a new job at a call center. So I had to get up at 5 in the morning, get me and my baby ready, have her to my mom's, and make sure I get to work on time. So I got up early in the morning, y'all. I looked at my phone, like after we get ready, I look at my phone, I see I got a Facebook message. I'm like, who is this? And plus they had just sent the message not too long before I had to get up. I'm like, what the hell? So it's a Facebook message from this girl, and she looked like a rag doll because I remember, like, she had on this big dusty wig. Like, you know how you just got a wig and you haven't combed it out yet? So it looked like one of them kind of wigs you just get out the wig box and just throw on. Like, that's what it looked like she had on. I'm like, who is this? And why would she be messaging me? So I opened a message, and it was from Lane. And he just saying, hey, like, I've been trying to reach you. You don't answer my calls or nothing. And you got me blocked on Facebook. So I'm just trying to see if y'all good. I'm like, no, he didn't message me off somebody's page, and he's good for doing that. And he left a phone number. He's like, this is my new cell phone number. I want you to call me. So I didn't even respond. I just left him on red, and then I went to work. But then, like, later on when I got back home, I'm like, I'm going to give him a call. I just want to see what he about to say. I called the number, and it was a girl that answered the phone. So I called the phone, right? She goes, hello? I said, where's Lame? She goes, who is this? I said, this is his baby mama. Who is this? She goes, oh, this is his girlfriend. I said, okay, where's he at? So she proceeds to tell me, well, it's some drama right now, and I done stole his phone, and his mama steady calling the phone, talking, trying to get the phone back. So she was just saying, no, I'm not giving that nigga nothing. He want his phone back. He better come get it from me. She just big talking, big popping it. I'm like, I think to myself, I did not call for this. He gave me his number, told me to call him, and I didn't call to talk to her. Like, I don't give a fuck about what they got going on. They ain't got shit to do with me. So I'm like, okay, well, anyways, tell him I called because he gave me his number this morning and he asked me to call him. So just let him know that I called. She tells me, yeah, that was my Facebook he was writing you from. And she just started running it down to me. She tells me that Lame told her I moved out of state. I upped and moved to Vegas with my baby, and how he's been trying to reach me and see my baby, but I just ignore him. I cuss him out, just a whole bunch of BS. And then I literally live around the corner from his sister, if you know who that is. So she tells me, oh yeah, I know where that's at. And that's crazy. He would sit up and lie. Like, I'm thinking you won't even let him be around his baby, but he just sitting up lying. So I'm like, yeah, that sounds like him. Then she goes to tell me, he got me all stressed out. I'm pregnant, this, and that. I said, oh, how far are you? Because I'm like, thinking to myself, she's pregnant. What? So he was cheating on me this whole time. I said, how far are you? She goes, oh, I'm 5 months. I said, what? Because, y'all, I was about 7 months pregnant. I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, I'm 5 months pregnant. But then she says, oh, no, this ain't his baby. This ain't his baby, though. You know, I got pregnant by so-and-so. I'm like, I don't even know who that is, but okay, whatever. So she was like, yeah, this ain't his baby. I don't know where he at right now, but, you know, I'm glad I finally talked to you. He gonna have to be in his baby life. You know, he gonna have to get his stuff together. He gonna be with me. I'm like, okay, well, just, you know, I'm thinking to myself, we on the phone for too long. I don't know you. You don't know me. You on the phone popping it about some drama that don't even concern me. I'm tired of talking to you. This is why I don't even talk to Lame or his people. I don't want to be involved in no type of drama. I'm pregnant, got another baby at home. I don't really need this right now. So I'm just steady trying to get off the phone with this weird ass girl. And I tell her like, hey, okay, well, just have him call me. And I hang up like, bitch, shut the fuck up, because damn, can't you get the hint? I'm trying to get off the phone with you. And I wasn't trying to be mean to them, but damn, she was pushing me. You know, he was getting on my nerves. A few days later, Lane finally calls me and he just explains everything to me about what happened with his phone, blah, blah, blah. Like, I really care. Lane asked me if it was okay if I let him see my baby and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, that's fine, but why you steady telling a girl that I won't let you see my baby? He was like, well, I mean, I know I was wrong for saying that. Like, why would you say why do men do and say dumb stuff like that? Y'all want to make it seem like the woman takes your kid and holding on to them for dear life and won't let you be involved. But at the same time, that's not even the case. Y'all be lying most of the time. Y'all lie to make yourself look better for the next bitch. So I had talked to Lame early that day, but then later on, late at night, he had called me again. And he was literally on the phone begging to come back home. He was telling me, I still want to be with you. I'm like, you literally have a girlfriend. You're in a relationship. He's like, no, I just recently found somebody. I only met her a month ago. I'm like, what? I'm like, you with somebody pregnant? Boy, you're crazy. He was like, I know, but I just want to come back home. I want to make things work with you. I want to be a family again. I promise I'm going to do better. All the BS, y'all, the blah, 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 blah. He's steady begging on the phone for almost 2 hours, y'all. And I finally just was like, yeah, you can come back if you really need to. You can come back to my house. So he was like, okay, I'm going to get my stuff and I'm going to come over there. Y'all, he never showed up. He never showed up. So the next day he calls me again. And I'm at work. I'm on my lunch break. He calls me again. I'm like, what's up? He was just like, oh, yeah, I'm leaving my appointment. I just called to check on you, seeing if you were doing okay. I'm like, I'm good. And I'm like, why did you call me last night begging to be a family again? You didn't even show up. He's like, well, yeah, I got to talk to you more about that. But yeah, I'll just talk to you more about that. Yeah. I'm like, this nigga is weird. I'm like, okay. And then he goes, I love you. I'm like, I love you too. So cringe. And I hung up. So he called me later on that day, y'all. And he was just saying how the girl, Wanda, so we talked about Wanda. He was like, after he got off the phone, Wanda just started going crazy and saying, Daddy, don't leave me. Don't leave me, please. She was on her knees begging and stuff. I'm like, what the hell? He was like, yeah, so I couldn't leave her like that. I mean, she don't have nobody. It's just me. You know, I got to look out for her. You know, she pregnant. She just be out here in them streets. She can't be out here by herself. I'm like, I guess Mr. Captain save a hoe. Because, y'all, what he told me about this girl, I was completely baffled. So Lame had asked me if he can come stay the night at my house. And I was okay with Lame coming to stay the night. I wanted my baby to see her dad. And I just know that they wanted to see each other. He could spend some time with her. He was going to sleep on the couch. And that would be that. Like, you stay the night one night, then leave. That's cool with me. The reason why he needed to come stay at my house, right? The girl, Wanda, she was the one making the money for them to stay in hotel rooms because he was homeless. Like, if he wasn't staying with me, Lane was homeless. He couldn't stay with nobody else because he caused too many problems. Pregnant at all. She out in them streets busting dates to make money for them to stay in hotel rooms. Pregnant and all. He comes over, play with the baby. Hours go by. It's time for bed. So I'm in the room laying down with my baby. We watch a movie before we doze off. And Lane is on the couch. And I hear his phone ring. And I guess it was a girl because I can hear a girl's voice. And it kind of sounded like her. I could hear all the way in my room. So I'm listening. And I hear him, I hear her say, oh, you can't answer the phone because you over there with your baby mama. I've been calling your phone. He was like, no, it's not even like that. So they conversing or whatever. I hear her say, okay, well, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. I love you. And then he tried to whisper and say, I love you too. So when they hung up, I'm like, oh, that's cute. I heard you say I love you. Why are you trying to say it on the low? And then he's trying to play it off like, I ain't saying that. Like, what the hell? I mean, she said it first. Now y'all know why he was telling me he needed to look out for her. She pregnant and can't be out there in them streets by herself. Because she was a pregnant prostitute, okay? Why he wanted to be with a pregnant prostitute, I don't know. But I found out the very next year why he was so stuck to the girl. Like, why he couldn't just leave her alone. So I'm still working at this call center. I'm approaching my due date. Well, not my due date, really, my scheduled C-section date. I'm approaching that day, y'all, but I'm still working. My mom babysitted for me while I went to work. Lame had asked me if it was okay for him to call my phone sometime to talk to the baby. And I was like, yeah, it's cool, but I work during the day, so you would have to talk to her through my mom. So he was like, okay, it's cool. Like, give her my number or give me hers and I'll call. Either or, it don't matter. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'll give her your number. So my mom told me she had called Lane's phone so he could talk to our child. And the girl, she answered the phone and she was just hella rude. She was hella disrespectful. She answered the phone talking about some, who the F is this? Cuz, why the F you calling this phone? Like, completely disrespect to my mama, Well, Lame should have got his little chihuahua on a leash and put a muzzle on it because the way she was popping it, you think she have the heart of a wolf, okay? So she completely disrespected my mama. My mama told me about it. Maybe a week later, I was going home from work. I had got off work, picked up my baby from my mama, and I went home. And it was getting dark outside, so I knew I needed to hurry up and get home because I didn't have no glasses. Like, I can't be driving around at night with no glasses on. So I was just getting home, and it was starting to get dark. It was, like, almost dark, but not quite there yet, right? I'm sorry, y'all, if y'all hear my kids in the background. But yeah, so I get my baby out the car and I walk into my apartment. And y'all, so as I'm walking, I notice it's like a group of people walking towards the parking lot. I walk into my apartment and people are walking towards the parking lot. And y'all, I walked like in the middle of them, like, because it was a lot of them. They had spread like this and I walked in the middle of them. And y'all, I smelled this really horrible smell. Like, it smelled like musky alcohol and beer. So I'm like, what the hell? People are really walking around funky like that? And then after I walked past them, I noticed that I heard somebody's voice say, I ain't gonna say my baby name. I'm just making up a name. I heard somebody say, hey, see ya, baby. And I'm like, who is that? Like, I couldn't see nobody's face because it was dark and I had no glasses on. I'm like, what? But the voice really didn't click to me. So I go upstairs and I notice they all walk to the parking lot. I walk upstairs. I got my baby. I got her bag. I got my stuff. I just got a whole bunch of stuff plus my baby. I'm trying to carry this big old belly upstairs too. So as they walked to the parking lot, somebody ran back and was running up my stairs. And if you're running up my stairs, you're either going to my house or my neighbor's. And my neighbor, they don't even ever have company. So what is you doing? And I got nervous, y'all. So I hurried up and tried to put my keys in the gate. I heard a voice say, hold on, chill. And I turned around, y'all, it was Lame. I'm like, what are you doing? He was like, well, I came to see y'all. I'm like, what? Was that you just walking with that group of people? He was like, yeah, that was me. You didn't hear me say, hey, see ya, baby. I said, yeah, I heard you. But I wouldn't think that it was you. But yeah, I thought it was weird somebody was saying hey to my baby. So he tells me, yeah, I just came to see what you was doing. So Lame is just talking like he always do. He never shuts up. And I got irritated because you just see me carry my stomach, our other baby, and all this stuff upstairs. You didn't bother to help, but you just see me and you're trying to talk my ear off. You know I'm trying to get up in the house and you won't shut up. Y'all, I got mad and I just started yelling at him. I was saying, I'm tired. I just got so mad, y'all. He just pissed me off so bad. I just kept yelling at him saying the same thing. I'm tired. He was like, just chill, Key, chill. Let me help you get the baby in the house. Let me get your stuff. So I finally opened the gate and the door and I put our stuff in the house and he said, well, I'm finna go. And he just ran back downstairs. I'm like, what? You really just gonna run up here and leave like that? And my baby is really close to her dad, y'all. So she's just screaming, crying because she want her daddy. I'm like, nah, he got me messed up. He finna leave me here with a hollering ass baby and I'm tired as hell. So I picked my daughter up, put her blanket back on her because it was cold outside. She got a coat on, but of course I got an extra mama. She got to make sure that my daughter got a blanket and a coat. So I put the blanket back on my baby and I ran downstairs after this fool. I said, what is you doing? So you don't see your daughter right here crying? He was like, oh, yeah, I know. But, you know, I'm catching a ride with the homie because his friend lived on the other side of my apartments. And he would go over there and smoke and chill with him. I did not like his friend at all. His friend had a wife and some kids. So I didn't like him. But, yeah, he was like, I'm catching a ride with the homie. He was talking about his friend's wife because I didn't see his friend. I just seen the wife. I guess she was giving Lame a ride. So he was like, yeah, I'm catching a ride with the homie. And y'all, by this time, I didn't know Lame had went and got an apartment. See, that's what he do. He'll go and get an apartment and then not tell me about it because he doesn't want me to know where he lives. Like, I really give a fuck. Because the apartments that he always got was always raggedy as hell. Like, why would I care to know where you stay? And plus, I would never just drop my kids off and leave them with you. Like, be for real. Yeah, I'm sure that's why he didn't want me to know where he lived at. And the crazy thing is, like, he always stayed with me when he didn't have nowhere to go. Even after he'll go get an apartment, get put out, then he's come stay with me again. Like, it was just weird. He was weird as hell. He's still weird to this day. But anyway, he's telling me that his homie wife gonna get him a ride and blah, blah, blah. So, it's somebody standing next to him. I see somebody tall, like they were taller than me, but it was a female. And she goes, hi, Key. And I'm like, I look up and I said, who the fuck is you? So Lame goes, oh, this the one who was on the phone with you. Why he said that? He's so messy. He loved to see a fight. He loves that shit. He eats it up. Once he said that, all hell was about to break loose. That's why I said he's so messy. So I said, oh, you that bitch that was on the phone talking shit to my mama. I said, here, Lame, hold my baby, because I'm finna beat this bitch ass. Y'all, remind you, I'm big and pregnant. Got this big basketball belly, but I'm like, I don't care. You told me you was pregnant too. There ain't nothing but hella space. We can really get out here in this parking lot and get it. So after I told her I was going to whoop her out them shoes, Lame gonna stand in front of her like, no, it ain't finna be none of that. It ain't finna be none of that. This bitch talking shit to my mama like she really about that. She got to see me right now. So he was like, no, let's go. So he hands me my baby back. I'm like, nah, wait. So I called my mom. I said, Mom, this bitch up here in my parking lot right now, I'm finna beat this bitch ass. So my mom was like, no, wait, just wait till I get there. I don't want you fighting. I'm finna have your sister come over there. So my mom, she tells me she's on her way. Y'all, he tried to get in the car and the girl tried to drive off. But before they drove off, I noticed that the wife bitch, she in the parking lot, like, really popping it. She's really popping it. Like, somebody done said something to her. This bitch screaming, talking about, y'all finna get me put out my motherfucking apartment. Y'all finna get me put out. I don't need this shit. I'm not even paying her no attention because I'm so focused on Wanda. I'm really trying to get it in with Wanda. If this needs to happen, it needs to happen now. Like, I want you bad. I wanted to whoop her out them shoes bad. My mom was like, no, just wait. So we finna pull up because my mom, she didn't live that far from me. And so they all hop in the car. He tried to smash off. I hurried up and put my baby in her car seat, strapped her up. I jumped in my, y'all, I had an Altima. Y'all know what they say about them Altimas. Y'all hurried up and jumped in my Altima and chased behind them. Like, it wasn't no high-speed chase, none of that. So I don't need Perfect Patty and Perfect Patrick in the comments popping it about nothing, because it wasn't even like that. Like, I was following him. Like I said, he didn't want me to know where he lived at. So I was following their ass. Like, she tried to hit corner after corner. Like, I'm still on your ass. And you know you can't speed over here and do nothing stupid, because police, where I lived at, police, they was not playing. They was looking for any reason to pull anybody over. They did not care. So I was on their ass. And y'all, come to find out, y'all, they pull up to these apartments, right? Come to find out, he lived just right up the street from me. You've been this close to me this whole time, and you don't even come see your baby? Like, okay. So they pull into the apartments. I pull up behind them. They park. I park. So Lem gets out the car, right? And then he goes to stand by my driver door. He let Wanda get out the car and run to the damn apartment, y'all. So I'm like, okay. It's cool. Yeah, you gonna let the bitch run out and not get her ass beat? Because my mom and my sister probably pulled up like 2 to 3 minutes after we did. Like, I had directed them how to get there. My sister hopped out the car like, what's up? Who want it? So the wife bitch gonna hop out the car and then go look at my sister and call my sister name. And my sister looked at her like, the fuck? Like, I guess my sister and the wife bitch, they knew each other because my sister knew her sister. My sister was telling me, I don't know why that bitch calling my name for. I don't fuck with her. So I'm like, okay, yeah, that makes sense why you was looking at her crazy like that. But anyway, so yeah, my people get out the car. Wanda's nowhere in sight because she's a scary bitch. She ran in the apartment after she was popping it. So I remember, like, it hit me that the wife bitch was in my parking lot talking shit and screaming and doing the most for nothing. So I walk over to her and she was like, yeah, you don't need to be doing that. You pregnant. You almost due. Like, girl, you need to go home. She's pregnant. Like, I understand y'all got drama and blah, 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 whoopty woo, blah, 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 blah. And I said, yeah. So I tell her, I said, so what was all that shit you was talking in the parking lot? What the fuck do this got to do with you? What you mean you finna get put out your apartment? And then she was like, no, I was just saying because all this arguing and stuff and fighting going on, I ain't trying to get put out of my apartment. I said, what the fuck does this have to do with you? You're inserting yourself in my business. She was like, yeah, you right. This ain't got nothing to do with me. Yeah, like, pipe the down, homegirl. Pipe down. After I checked her and after me and my people checked this fool, because he damn sure got checked that night, I went back home. So let's fast forward to me after having my baby. Not much really happened from that point to the time I had my baby. I didn't let him come into the hospital because he was still being weird. He wasn't respecting me as the mother of his child, and I just feel like he just didn't need to be there. For what? He didn't come to my appointments. He didn't make sure our other baby was straight. He didn't make sure I was straight while I was pregnant with his child. He just did not care about us. So I'm like, why should he come up to the hospital? I understand that we're not together, but still, I have your child and I'm carrying your child. You should at least make sure that we're okay. And he just wasn't doing that. So he was basically putting his main focus on somebody else pregnant baby mama, you know? Me and his mama, we became cool somewhat. I had let her come up to the hospital, and she left with us after we left the hospital. Like, we all left together. I'm at home with both my kids. So Lame is steady blowing me up, telling me how he wants to meet his son and blah, 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 blah. So after a few weeks, I finally gave in and let him finally meet the baby. I wouldn't say a few weeks. It's probably a good 2 weeks, y'all. I wasn't that mean. Well, shit, I don't call it being mean. He just needs to get his shit together. But yeah, so I finally let him come and see the baby. I let him come to my house and meet my baby, and that was a really big mistake. I should have let Lame meet the baby at my mama's house, because when he came to my house, he never left. And I'm just like, okay, I understand he's here to help me with the baby and all, but he don't have to be here every day. Like, it's cool that you helping. But I also have family that's coming over too. You know, of course, my parents were there. I have siblings. Like, he didn't need to be there. We would be there at my house, just us, just me and our kids. He was really showing how jealous he was. Like, the baby would be screaming his little head off, y'all, because he was hungry. So I would ask him if he can make the baby a bottle. Y'all, he goes to the kitchen, right? And he makes the baby a bottle. Well, he's supposed to be making the baby a bottle, but I'm like, it's a good 5 minutes that go by. My baby, he turned red now, like he's starving. So I'm like, what's going on in the kitchen? Y'all, I go in the kitchen and he's making my daughter something. I'm like, yeah, okay, that's fine and all. It takes 2 seconds to shake up some formula. So I asked him, like, hey, what's up? Like, what are you doing? He's like, she's hungry too. I said, okay. So he hands me the bottle. Like, he already had made the bottle, y'all. He was just being an asshole. So I snatched the bottle from him and I'm like, you stupid idiot. Come to find out why Lane was at my house this whole time when he had his own apartment. He was only at my house because he got into it with Wanda and he didn't want to be around her. So of course, y'all, he was using me like he always did. During the time that he was there, he was making it seem like he wants to be with me and he wants to get his family back. I'm going to end the story here. And on part 3, we're going to talk about how he stole my car while I was asleep in the bed with our babies. He stole my car to go stunt on Wanda. Yeah, we definitely going to get into that part on part 3. So, y'all, that's it for the story time. Thank y'all so much for watching. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit subscribe. Send me questions to my email, y'all. If y'all haven't already, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank y'all so much for watching.